I want to talk about that Oklahoma Sooner offense, and it wasn't that long ago, 12 months ago, Jackson Arnold was considered the quarterback of the future at the University of Oklahoma. That didn't work out, and he transferred to the Auburn Tigers. Here comes John Mateer, and I think OU fans are going to love him.
OU fans are going to love John Mateer because he has a whole lot of personality. I was able to talk with him at SEC Media Days to find out who is John Mateer, because I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, what's he like? Well, here he is. Maybe you felt this way, tell me if I'm wrong, a little bit overlooked coming out of high school.
Sure.
You go to Washington State, you win that starting job. Now you're the face of Oklahoma football.
Yeah.
That's a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
What is that development like to get to this point?
It's been a lot. It's been a ride, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
We're competing, we're making each other better.
John Mateer flew under the radar as a quarterback at Little Elm High School, just a stone's throw away from Frisco, Texas. He began his college career as a backup at Washington State.
Got under-recruited, was committed to Central Arkansas, got the offer to Washington State, knew I was going there. Sat for 2 years behind Cam Ward. He's pretty good, so, I learned a lot.
I don't trust anybody more than I trust Cam Ward.
But everything changed in 2024 when Ward transferred to Miami. That move opened the door for Mateer to finally take the reins as the starter. Ward would go on to be selected first overall by the Tennessee Titans.
Cameron Ward, quarterback, Miami.
It's awesome being in this position. Not everybody can say they're in this position. It's great. The history is so rich, but I'm blessed to be here.
Now Mateer steps confidently into a new spotlight as QB1 for the Oklahoma Sooners. Who was the biggest influence on your life during this process?
I got to talk to a lot of people. I talked to Baker, everybody knows that, and that helped a lot.
It's all pretty surreal. I'm the quarterback of Oklahoma Sooners, it's wild, but I'm here and I feel blessed to do it, and it's close to home, which is great. My family loves it, obviously, because I'm so close.
We came together and we figured out Oklahoma was the place to go, and it was history.
Okay, you mentioned Baker, so I'll go ahead and go there.
Yeah.
Dusty Dvorak, Greg McElroy. A lot of people are comparing you to him. How do you feel about that?
It's an honor to be compared to him. I've heard it a lot. Which is great. I'm not going to say I don't want to hear it. I wouldn't say I'm exactly like him, but I understand the characteristics that are the same, like the hair, the mindset, I guess the moxie that people like to see. But we're not exactly alike. He's great, and if I can do what he did here, it'd be awesome. But it's going to be a little different than Baker.
What are the differences that we might see off the bat?
I'll probably run it a little more than Baker. Ideally, no, but it just ends up happening here and there, I think he has a little more in-game flair. I'm not gonna do some of the pregame stuff that he did. It was awesome, but I don't know if I'm
your own person.
I'm not that level of it's Baker's Baker. You're not to get another Baker is awesome.
Personally, my confidence comes from the work I put in, and I think we've done a good job, and I think we're going to do some good things.
But John Mateer wasn't the only new face in Norman. His offensive coordinator, Ben Arbuckle from Washington State, made the move to Oklahoma first. Well, someone who probably knows you really well, Ben Arbuckle.
Yeah.
Talk about him and your relationship to come to Oklahoma with your offensive coordinator.
He's great. I love him, and I wouldn't have followed him here if I didn't love him.
Arbuckle, just 29 years old, has quickly climbed the coaching ranks.
He's a great man and a great coach, and he's taught me almost everything that I know playing quarterback, and it's been a pleasure to be with him.
In Arbuckle's first season with Washington State, he led an explosive offense that ranked 4th in the nation in passing.
And Mateer hits Carlos Hernandez, and he's in.
Now at OU, Ben Arbuckle brings not only his high-powered scheme, but also his trusted quarterback. Connecting with the team, you are new to town, right? You're the new guy, and trying to develop relationships is a big part of being the leader. So how have you been able to do that?
I think it's been a blessing going back with Coach Buck. I'm in the same offense, so I didn't have to spend all my time learning the offense. I already knew it, so I could spend my time with my teammates, learning them and building a relationship, and then helping them with the offense. I became another coach.
His track record speaks for itself. In 2024, Mateer led the nation with 44 touchdowns, showcasing the kind of firepower OU lacked last season. But for Mateer, it's all about building relationships.
I love the guys, and they embraced me. Right when I got here, the players put me in the front of the line at the start of workouts, and that meant everything to me. Like that they wanted me to come in and be a leader, and it's a lot of fun.
Coming off of an 8-5 season in the Pac-12, expectations are high for Oklahoma's new starting quarterback. A dynamic player who thrives in the run game and excels with his mobility and decision-making on the move.
Mateer still dancing.
Now he's ready to put those skills to the test on his biggest stage yet,
Has his man caught.
the SEC. What is the excitement level coming into the SEC? Obviously, you had a ton of success at Washington State. You want to replicate that.
Right.
How do you do that, and what's the challenge there?
I think, all offseason I've heard, what everybody said and this and that, and we'll see. I mean, I have a great team around me, and they've been working super hard, and I'm proud of them, proud of those guys, and knowing what they'll do, and everybody's going to be a year better, so it should be fun.
But what does success look like at Oklahoma in 2025?
Winning a lot of games and building lifelong relationships with the guys and making a lot of memories.
I think Sooner fans are really going to like John Mateer. He brings a whole lot of personality, and I have a feeling he's going to be wildly entertaining on the field.